Shame is an incredibly interesting feeling. Think about it for a second. Feeling ashamed or embarrassed is kind of like feeling guilty. You're feeling bad about what you did, but not in the same way. You feel guilty if you, for example, cheat on your diet. You wouldn't feel embarrassed. We're obviously missing a huge factor, which is your environment or your social settings. You wouldn't feel bad about being naked when you're alone. However, if I put you on the street like that, it would arguably cause at least some discomfort. But apart from legal issues, why? Well, evolutionary shame is designed as a defense mechanism. It protects us from losing social status as well as damaging our relationships.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
People actually do care. I mean, we evolved an evolutionary mechanism against people judging us. What a clickbait joke video, man. There's more to it. It appears that there is actually a group of people that doesn't care about being judged. Whether you call them confident, cocky, shameless, extroverted, whatever. These people are free from the fear of being judged. And if we jump to conclusions, we might think they're ignorant, selfish, or egocentric. The reality is, though, they have realized one thing that the so-called introverts have not, and it's that people care a lot less than you think. Most of it is actually just in your head. Let's look at a presentation, for example. The so-called introvert, he's nervous. He worries about what his classmates think about him. The so-called extrovert, however, understands that Joe in the corner that doesn't really care, and the teacher's also going to grade him, but that doesn't really matter in the moment. Not being stressed while presenting is actually a huge advantage here. Notice how I said so-called introverts and extroverts. I wouldn't call myself an extrovert or an introvert, but not because I don't display the typical characteristics, but because of me effectively giving power to this word and to identifying with this word. And as I already mentioned in one of my videos, identity is very important. And in this case, both extroverts and introverts display some good and bad qualities. Point is, no one really likes to go out of their comfort zone. And while you're saying, oh, I'm such an introvert, your brain is thinking, oh, new excuses. And being a so-called extrovert or an introvert is even worse. If you want to, you can look up the definition of an introvert, and the results are similar but do vary a lot. And these variations allow for an even bigger range of excuses. So whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, in both cases you're leaving a lot on the table. So you don't have to rush putting a label on yourself. And now let's get to the minority that actually cares in a negative sense. Let's repeat what we did the first time. So zoom out and shift the attention from you towards your haters. At first, it might seem counterintuitive, but remember, the brain is an associating machine. So it's incredibly easy to just group people who hate you, people who hate your ideas, people who critique you, people who critique your ideas, people who hurt your ego, whatever. These are very distinct categories. And zooming out really helps realize that. Shortening up your ego helps you implementing the points in, for example, constructive criticism or genuine advice from your teacher or your coach or parents. Okay, so now that we've established that the majority of people does not give a shit, and those who do probably even care about you, let's get to the real toxic people. And one last time, just zoom out. Their reasons might vary. Maybe they don't zoom out, making them unaware that they're hurting people. Maybe they have problems of their own. Maybe they just want attention. Who knows? And now that your head probably hurts from all that zooming out, the reality is there's always going to be someone trying to hurt you, trying to play down your achievements, trying to embarrass you. And if you care what these people think about you, you're going to spend life worrying and not living. Are you really going to worry about the opinions of people who are going to be more or less forgotten in about 200 years? After some time, no one will even know they existed. Yet you worried so much about what these people thought and wanted that you forgot what you wanted. And I hope you didn't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe as well. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and stay tuned for the next one.